in CIB now, the early career researchers and student chapters are going to be managed as one single entity. So we will have more integrated activity and opportunity to work across all groups. Um, the idea is to promote student chapters further and establish more student chapters, encourage that, maybe have regional chapters where there aren't that many student chapters or strong university to do it on their own. A few can get together and create a regional student chapter, things like that. Then also in terms of early career activities, that we have established the early career network so people can join further, even student chapters, students can join it in there. And then we can, we are promoting activities like panel discussions. We had several of those, as I presented at the beginning when we started this session. And then on the first day of the conference, actually. And then we will be promoting learning and teaching related aspects. How do we deal with that? So there is going to be a session on that. There will be another session on becoming a manuscript reviewer. Uh, we will also have sessions on you being put in front of basically all the working commissions and TG coordinators to come and speak to the early career researchers so that you understand what's happening in those and be involved in those activities. And then also various topic-based forums can be established. These are some ideas I just put across as possible things we could do, but we would rather like to hear what you want us to do. So then we can take action on organizing those. Uh, there's another idea of like we can have a 3MT kind of a 3-minute thesis kind of competition where where you can get an award, a certificate or something like that, so that it encourage you to be able to present to a global audience, because what CIB provides is a global audience for you, because then you will be able to present in there and be able to improve your skills in presentation, things like that. Or it could be a 3-minute kind of research colloquium kind of thing that we can have, where early career researchers come and present their work in 3 minutes. 3-minute thing is brought in because many people can present in that case. Otherwise, it will be limited to only few people. So then a lot of people can present and we can have discussion forums along the presentations. So some ideas just to brainstorm some ideas, bring about, let you think about various activities. If you have any ideas, please let us know now. If not, please write to us. Uh, um, Mike or me, just write to us directly. We will then take on those ideas and try to act on and create something. Yeah, Rebecca.
Thank you so much, Professor. I think that's a very good opportunity for early career researchers and PhD students. Because I chaired the session yesterday for the panel discussion for the opportunities for HDRs to join as academic staff. I feel like although we had 1 hour for the discussion, I actually reserved a lot of questions to ask the panel, and I see the differences across countries and institutions regarding their practice for training. I believe it would be the same for ECRs once they join into the institution. And remember, we talked about the differences between getting the job and doing the job, and to do that, there are a lot of different ways to do that. So in relation to what we have done, I mean, RMIT CIB student chapter, we applied that funding And we got that we enabled the collaboration across 5 universities. That's why we can open the discussion and understand the differences and opportunities around that. So that gave me a feeling that in the future, through CIB, if we could encourage more collaborative studies in this area, I mean, a PhD student, in a lot of cases, they would not select this as a topic for their PhD, but who will do research in this area? And if we do other topics, we interview people from the industry, et cetera, et cetera. But if we do this topic, I mean, we have a lot of potential participants can contribute the idea. And I do think CIB's student chapter and the ECR network can encourage more collaboration so that we can bring together experience across different countries. We can do publications, as Michael referred to that. We do have the plan, so the current CIB student chapter collaborative funding that project, but I feel we can generate more papers by doing this. But it needs encouragement from CIB to do this work. To be honest, it took I'm a supervisor and advisor at MIT, but my student and my team here, they spend a lot of efforts to lead this and organize and encourage every university to do that. And they are all very brilliant partners, but we do want to see more partners like that because we collected data from Australia, New Zealand, and Hong Kong. That's not enough, apparently. And how can we encourage other student chapters join into this to be active and collaborate with each other? That's something I really want to see. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Yes, there are lots of opportunities we can create on those and work on creating some opportunities for joint research work as we go along. Yeah. So as time is catching up, I will just move on to the next point, which is extremely important. We are fortunate to have Keith here and to announce the Keith Hampson Early Career Research Award, which is now established and approved in the council, in the board. So Keith is here.
I want you to know that I've got a couple of shirts that look like that. Can you hear me okay? You can hear me okay? Sorry. Different suit, thank you, different suit, different colour. Exactly, thank you. That was just a couple of years ago. I just wanted to say this is passion, you know, I'm sort of passionate about how we can get better, more energised students, early career researchers coming through. Oh, I see. Sorry, I'm understanding now. It's I'm really passionate about how we can get better ECRs, students coming through the system that really are teaching and researching in a way that is making a difference to our community. We talked earlier about how practical the industry was and how, can I say, cynical is the industry to people who have never had industry contacts, who go out and start interviewing or suggesting ways to improve the industry, and they might never have set foot in a design office or in a construction site or in a maintenance workshop. I mean, it's pivotal. It is really pivotal. So I'm saying, I suggest to my undergraduate students, when I was in that role, go out and get 5 years experience and then come back if you want to do a PhD, because I want you to know that, you know, water flows downhill and concrete is difficult to actually, it's heavy. You know, if you're wheelbarrowing a barrow up a 5% incline, it's hard work. Okay, so don't dismiss those physical material properties or the ability of working with people. They actually are a little bit different to equations. And so I just think that it's important for the CIB to have a bit of a position on this, and that is that we service an industry that is pragmatic.
That's not to say that we need to be backward about what we're doing and promoting traditional practices, but we do have to understand some of the fundamentals about the industry that we're working in. Whatever part of the world you're in, it's important. There will be differences, of course, in automation and labour costs and material and climate and all of that across the world. But my real interest in this sense is to say, hey, how can we get better linkages at an early career stage for our CIB research fraternity? And so I'm really keen to see that progress. And I guess I've been fortunate. I've benefited from this industry. It's been a wonderful experience for me. And I'd like to perhaps assist in some of the ECR/students coming through to help that. And so what we're keen on doing, and I really appreciate the finessing of some guidelines that Michael Beam has put in around how to get some recognition. And it's not about necessarily winning it, but it's about thinking, hey, there's a value here in us benefiting from the industry relationship rather than any value of award. Of course, it doesn't hurt. A bit of beer money doesn't hurt. But at the end of the day, it's thinking about how we can make our research more relevant to the industry that we serve. So I've put in some funds. The CIB has been generously committed to equal funding because it's you'll know that people don't get committed unless they've got skin in the game. And so if CIB's got some skin in the game, they'll make it work. And I've got some skin in the game and I want to make it work also. So for this year, Mike, by the end of the year, I'm happy to hand over in a moment to Mike to talk through the way in which the award processes might work. Or do we need to do that? We don't need to do that in the detail, perhaps, just other than to say that in a month or so's time, or when will the guidelines be out?
Sure, I can just.
So I'll hand over to you, but it's a month or so's time, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so soon we'll have some guidelines out for distribution across the world, but I'm really highlighting, hey, think about where you can fit in terms of linkages with design firms, with construction firms, with asset management firms, with firms who are cutting across materials and firms who are cutting across consultants in a whole range of areas. But it's not about sitting in a back room doing a PhD. It's about getting out and demonstrating for us to have a look at, if you're interested in this process, connectivity with industry. And in that sense, I'm just delighted and that this award will at least go for 10 years, hopefully forever. And it's a recognition of the importance of industry student connectivity. So thank you. Shalini, can I say, Shalini talked before about, I just jumped out because I had to take a call, but we talked about work-life balance, by the way. The working, you can't work all day and all night, but having an hour a day to yourself to do, swimming, running, biking, playing chess or whatever, I think just you've got to do it. So I think that was just an aside, a bit of a comment from half an hour ago, that build in an hour every day, I think is it's about sustainability of self as well as sustainability of the earth. So I think that's pretty important. Yeah. Sorry, Mike.
No, I was just going to say, we'll do a Q&A forum online in about a month about the. We'll do a Q&A forum online in a month about the award for folks who want to ask questions, and we'll talk about the. Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity to get a little bit of money to go travel out to industry to see some things you haven't seen, made some linkages. So it's going to be a great.
So good luck. Sorry, Rebecca. Can I just say, when I was an early career researcher 25 years ago, and within that year of my joining, the year after my PhD completion, I joined the CIB, and the CIB opened up networks, but interesting people and opportunities and travel and ideas, and it was just self-generating. So what I'm really saying, I suppose, in that sense, is just get involved, get engaged. You won't. The idea that you can learn everything from a Zoom session, I got to say, is just far. You know, like people get energy from meeting people and doing things, and ideas sort of will come as you're talking, particularly with industry. In a conference like this, we don't have probably enough industry. There's been a great effort to, you know, have that, but even, you know, like look at ways that you can embed your social activities. Of course, you have other academic friends, but have friends that are not academic. Have friends that are steel fixers, and have friends that are professional engineers in practice, and you know, have friends that are, you know, nurture a friendship group that broadens your mind rather than narrows your mind. And so I just think that that's really important. I just put in a personal perspective. I'm a cyclist. I make a point. There are cyclist groups that are in the same business as I am, and I don't look for them. I'm looking for people who are doing other stuff, because it sort of opens the mind to, you know, what other people are doing, and getting a language and motivations that are in different parts of life, rather than narrowing in a sort of a ever diminishing smaller circle of influence or interest. So I think you're in a wonderful place. We're in a wonderful part of the world. There's plenty of activity going on. The development industry, the world is burgeoning with construction at the moment. Looking for people like you guys when you are out there to connect and make the most of it. It's a great career and a great industry to work in. So yeah, good luck.
Just to wrap up, okay, thank you very much. And I must say, I've been involved in CIB in various capacities now for about nearly 20 years. But I must say, our outgoing president, Keith, has revitalized CIB and changed it around to be truly global and make it more transparent and really good institution at all as well. So big round of applause to our outgoing president. And I'm sure we are in good hands with Mark Hashtag taking over, and we'll have a very good 3 years to look forward to. And your careers, we would like you to be more connected with CIB in your activities. Thank you very much, and hopefully join for dinner and enjoy.